So this company is about to unleash innovation that we've not seen for the last 100 years.
A global innovation platform continuing its growth in Indiana. Details on Plug and Play's new digs. Plus, a new option for healthcare in Southwest Indiana on 4 wheels, and how it's driving an initiative to improve infant and maternal health. And the Mellencamp family raising a glass to local whiskey. How 2 Indiana institutions are teaming up for a new collaboration. Inside Indiana Business is next.
From Indiana's business news leader, this is IBJ Media's Inside Indiana Business with Gerry Dick, presented by Elevate Ventures, Indiana University, and LIUNA.
Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gerry Dick. It's like a matchmaker for startups and some of the biggest companies in the world, a global player in the venture capital and startup ecosystem. And now Silicon Valley-based Plug and Play is expanding its footprint in Indiana with a major presence at the 16 Tech Innovation District near downtown Indianapolis. And with that, the potential for what some call transformational change. The Global Innovation Platform has just announced plans to locate in the planned $138 million IU Launch Accelerator for Biosciences, or IU Lab at 16 Tech. Plug and Play will be part of the new IU Health Incubator at the lab. Plug and Play and the Central Indiana Corporate Partnership to operate the LifeTech Accelerator, working to recruit and grow promising startups in the life sciences and biosciences. It is the first location in Plug and Play's global network really focused on the life sciences sector, and it's second in Indiana.
We are in Warsaw, Indiana.
Indeed, last year, Plug and Play opened an office in Warsaw, the orthopedic capital of the world, focused on the rapidly growing medtech sector. The goal is to transform Warsaw and the region into a global hub for medtech innovation, fueled by dozens of startups from around the globe. Organizers think a synergy between Plug and Play locations in Indy and Warsaw can create some tremendous happenings.
And it really leans into, candidly, what I believe is two of the industries the state is very strong in, but probably not on par with Boston or San Diego. They're more established markets, and we're kind of this emerging market. So if you're a venture capital firm or you're, in the space we're in for innovation, this is a perfect entry point for us to really maximize our global footprint and presence, but do it locally in Indianapolis in life sciences, and then be able to tie in what's happening in Warsaw to what's happening in Indianapolis. Start being like this connector and convener of not just, corporates and startups from around the world, but actually part of the ecosystem in the state of Indiana.
In total, Plug and Play has more than 50 locations on 5 continents. Its network includes more than 10,000 startups, more than 400 corporate partners, including Google, Microsoft, JP Morgan Chase, and many others. And joining me now to talk more about Plug and Play's investment presence in Indiana, pleased to be joined by Plug and Play CEO Saeed Amidi. And Saeed, thanks for joining us from Silicon Valley.
It's a real pleasure to be here in Indiana, and I am so excited to be launching our second location here.
Well, let's talk about that. It is a major investment, an initiative from Indiana University. The new IU Health Incubator, Wisconsin-based generator, is going to have a pre-accelerator essentially at that location. Plug and Play and the Central Indiana Corporate Partnership will operate the LifeTech Accelerator. What's it all about?
We have been sort of mastering this connecting, technologies that are primarily built in universities and having their technology product market fit. And you need the collaboration of large corporations, which we have incredible healthcare corporations here in Indiana. And we feel we could scale the number of technology startups here similar to what has been done in Silicon Valley, Boston, but right here in Indianapolis.
You've become a fan, I think, of Indiana, right?
Yes.
What's the potential? You think there's the real potential to do that here?
No, I love the incredible talent that lives here, but it's not only the great universities like Indiana University and Purdue, but you have conglomerates like the largest pharma company, for sure, one of the most profitable, right here in your backyard. Just today at lunch, I met a few technology startups that they had 20 years of employment at Eli Lilly. And then imagine if you combine that experience with the new technology and a new idea and an entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah.
I think it can be very powerful.
Yeah, and the Plug and Play network includes major companies from all over the globe. Let's talk about potential synergy. You've got a medtech focused location in Warsaw, northern Indiana. Now this life sciences focus. Is there synergy possibly between the two?
Absolutely. We feel health in general, it's going to be preventive health and holistic health. So there is going to be a lot of medtech and you could say, lifestyle at your home, at your work, in your car. And we feel combination of preventive health care, it's going to merge, especially with the AI. You could really treat the person way before you need to give them medicine. And we feel combining medtech and biosciences is the future.
Saeed Amidi is the CEO at Plug and Play, Silicon Valley-based organization. Saeed, appreciate you taking the time to come in. We look forward to more stories as you develop here in Indiana.
We look forward to keeping you and your audience informed.
Very good.
Just to give you the summary, we help over 3,000 startups per year, and it's our intention to do 100 here in Indiana per year.
Right. Well, we'll be following it. Thanks very much, Saeed.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Well, the IU Health Incubator, not the only new development at 16 Tech. After about 2 years of construction, a signature bridge is about to open there. It is viewed as an important connector between the Innovation District and Indy's medical and research corridor and downtown. In addition to vehicular traffic, the bridge will connect with the city's trail and greenway network, including the Indianapolis Cultural Trail. Coming up next, two pharmaceutical powerhouses with Indiana connections looking to make big moves in the United States. Details on plans from Roche and Eli Lilly and Company to grow their footprint in the U.S. and the impact it could have here in Indiana. Well, two big names in the world of pharmaceuticals and diagnostics are making headlines that could have a big impact here in Indiana. Business of Health reporter Kylie Valletta here now with more. Kylie.
That's right, Gary. Roche and Eli Lilly making a splash, announcing big U.S. plans amid the tariff headlines. Roche announced a $50 billion investment in its U.S. operations. As part of the growth plan, Roche Diagnostics' existing campus in Indianapolis will expand its manufacturing, distribution, and see a significant expansion for research and development. Roche will also build a new plant in Indiana for continuous glucose monitoring, which are sensors worn on the skin to help people with diabetes. The company doesn't mention tariffs, but says at the end of the 5-year plan, it will export more medicines from the U.S. than it imports, which is already the case with its diagnostics division. And Lilly also making headlines. In an interview with Fox Business Network, CEO David Ricks recently said Lilly will manufacture its weight loss pill in the U.S. Now, all weight loss drugs are currently injected, so making them in pill form would be the next industry juggernaut. Lilly predicts its pill will be ready next year without shortages and says it will ship globally from the U.S. Community Health Network is unveiling the first phase of its new Westfield campus. The medical office building is now open to patients, bringing a long list of specialties under one roof. One new modern feature, doctors no longer need to type on a computer when seeing patients, thanks to an AI technology that captures the information automatically. The medical office building is just one piece of the new campus under construction, which will ultimately have a 6-story patient tower and surgery center.
We have so many of our employees and patients come from Westfield, come from Hamilton County, And with Westfield being such a growth area, it's a great opportunity for us to expand our services to a community that we're already familiar with.
Community says repurposing the building rather than new construction saved the health system $50 million. A new mobile unit in the Evansville area is rolling out to help women and children. The Ronald McDonald Care mobile unit is now open to patients, providing free care for women, mothers, and infants in underserved areas. Indiana has one of the worst infant mortality rates in the country, and experts say 75% of infant and maternal deaths are preventable. The clinic team says providing the care to prevent those deaths is the goal of the mobile unit. The truck is targeting Evansville zip codes with the most need.
Tyler, back to that big Roche announcement, which was a big one, $50 billion. Have they said where this Indiana plant would be located?
They have not committed yet. It could be on their existing Indianapolis campus, could be elsewhere, but also in this announcement, a big one, a 1 million square foot manufacturing facility. Wow. Roche is planning. There are 6 states mentioned in the press release. They haven't committed to Indiana yet, of course, but obviously Indiana would be very excited to get the 1 million square foot
for sure,
facility.
and I know you'll be following
yes,
it, so thanks
absolutely.
very much. All right. Well, still ahead, in the market to buy a fire truck? Learn how a small northern Indiana community hopes to cash in by auctioning off this old pumper truck.
Here's what's making news around Indiana. Brought to you by the Indiana Association of Realtors. Indiana's 21,000 realtors. The neighbors you know, the experts you can count on.
Well, a new train has left the station at Indiana's largest port in southwest Indiana. A new railroad now in service at the ports of Indiana, Mount Vernon. Mary Rachel Redmond here now with more on that and other news making headlines around the state. Mary Rachel.
Well, Gary, it's full steam ahead for an important new rail partnership in southwest Indiana. The new Mount Vernon Railroad is billed as a project that will help grow existing businesses and attract new companies in the region. The ports of Indiana, Mount Vernon is the state's largest port and handles an average of 25,000 rail cars a year. Ports of Indiana CEO Jody Peacock told Inside Indiana Business the new railroad is a connector that creates a mega modal opportunity for large-scale economic development in the region. The U.S. Air Force announcing plans for a new small arms qualification range at Holman Field Air National Guard Base in Terre Haute. It's a $13 million project that will support nearly 900 airmen. The new facility design will allow live fire qualification training with small caliber weapons that will prepare airmen in the event of a short notice deployment. It's the first purpose-built facility at Holman Field since 1997. In Fort Wayne, crews have begun moving dirt at the site of the city's new 8,400-seat soccer stadium. The Fort Wayne Football Club says the project remains on schedule to open ahead of the 2026 season. The groundbreaking comes just months after Fort Wayne FC announced it would be moving up the ranks to USL League One, just 2 tiers below MLS. Fort Wayne FC kicks off its season on May 11th. If you're looking to spark a conversation, get fired up for this next story. A Noble County Fire Department is selling one of its fire trucks, and the auction is open to the public. After the sale, the department gets to keep all of the money.
Every penny counts for sure, especially in local governments. So, maximizing the value of the items they no longer need is extremely important. And so that money goes right back into, like I said, funding other projects or buying new equipment.
The auction is open through April 30th. If you're looking to climb the bidding ladder, the current price is $30,000. And Gaylor Electric is celebrating after being named the 2025 National Contractor of the Year by the Association of Builders and Contractors. It's the first company in the nation to win the award twice. The company was recognized for its work with project safety, upskilling workforce, and community contributions.
We're on our 41st year, and it really compiles into one of probably the most special awards that me personally and Gaylor Electric has ever won. We continue to build on being an attraction company, not a recruiting company.
Gaylor Electric provides design-build electrical construction as well as on-demand support for its customers. It has 4,000 employees across 7 states.
And congratulations to them. Thanks, Mary Rachel.
Time now for our Eye on Education, brought to you by PNC Bank.
Well, as we mentioned at the top of the show, the planned IU lab will focus on science, technology, and innovation at 16 Tech. More laboratory and research space is also coming to Indiana University, Indianapolis. Construction is underway on an expansion of the Science and Engineering Lab building. It includes a 3D bioprinter lab for development of wearable devices and sensors. The $60 million project has an interdisciplinary focus with space that can accommodate different areas of STEM.
Traditionally, most new buildings that come onto a campus are for one science alone, like physics or chemistry, and this building is for all sciences.
The new building will be connected to the existing one, and it will be known as the STEM Lab building. It's scheduled to open in the fall of 2026. Well, future STEM professionals now have new collaboration and research space at Ball State University. Ball State marking the completion of the $60 million Cooper Science Building renovation project. Other upgrades include modern labs and interactive classrooms. The Indiana Institute of Technology is launching a new advanced manufacturing innovation center in Northeast Indiana. Junction 36 will have a home at Electric Works in Fort Wayne. The university just purchased that building on the campus and estimated it will take around 18 months to get it ready. Coming up next, the deep Indiana connection between whiskey, Mellencamp, and farmers. See how Mellencamp whiskey and Hard Truth Distilling are raising a toast in honor of Hoosier farmers. Well, it was a great sight. The Indiana Pacers really putting it to the Milwaukee Bucks in Game 1 of the first round of the NBA playoffs. This was the first time the Pacers have hosted a playoff series in 11 years, and that's certainly been welcome news and helping the bottom line for Central Indiana restaurants, hotels, and other businesses as well. The Pacers took care of business in Game 2 as well, and they were headed to Milwaukee for Friday night's game. We're taping this before that, and they're up 2-0. So hopefully they can keep that momentum going. And tip-off time for Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. That's right around the corner. The Fever are working hard, as you see right here, preparing for their 26th season. They'll host the Washington Mystics for their first preseason game next weekend. And we're less than 100 days from Indianapolis hosting the WNBA All-Star Game. Tickets for the July 18th weekend go on sale Tuesday. It certainly will be a big shot in the arm for Central Indiana's economy, both from a tourism and television perspective. Last year's All-Star Game in Phoenix, the most watched in WNBA history. I have a feeling we may top that here this year. Well, now on to a different kind of shot, one with a true Hoosier corn and rye kick to it. A recipe for success. It's a whiskey that includes the name Mellencamp, Indiana Farmers, and Hard Truth Distilling in Brown County. For 40 years, the name Mellencamp has been synonymous with farmers. John Mellencamp, one of the co-founders of Pharma back in 1985. Now his son Hud and business partner Levi Collison have teamed up with Hard Truth Distilling in Nashville to deliver their fourth whiskey collaboration, one that blends their shared Hoosier values, Indiana farmers, and the famous Mellencamp name.
This whiskey is 100%. 100% of the grains are grown by Indiana farmers. There were so many things that just made sense about this collaboration.
Just from the very start, it's been great. We wanted to do something very Indiana-centric. Just kind of bonded over just the small things, and we got into the bigger picture of it all and had a lot of things, like he said, that kind of mashed up and gelled very well for us.
We wanted to kind of try and do our own thing here, but a continuation of carrying that Mellencamp mantle.
Guys, thank you for coming out tonight and supporting Pharma.
Part of the Mellencamp whiskey brand includes John's artwork on the bottle.
My dad's been painting for years and years and years. It's like all he does all day is write music and paint.
It's my favorite place in the world to be in this art studio. It's so quiet here that it's deafening.
Some of his artwork is really special, and we are lucky enough to be able to use it. I think you can kind of see like the development of the art with the bottles and the mashes as well. I think they go hand in hand very well. And even this one, American Odd, it can kind of resemble the older painting with American Gothic with about the farmers. So it's kind of like a take on that. And it just, once again, highlighting our farmers and what they do for us.
The Mellencamp Hard Truth collaboration, hoping to foster appreciation for Hoosier farmers and distillers, one sip at a time.
When you're drinking our whiskey, think about the full circle, Think about that farmer that did the hard work to grow that grain. Think about the guys at the distillery, that took that high quality grain and did not taint it in any way throughout that distillation process.
Like that one time. I tell everybody I'm the luckiest guy in the world, just being part of this, just meeting all the people I've met, and our slogan's for the lucky ones. And I think when you open that up and you try that for the first time, I really hope that you think that, wow, I'm part of the lucky ones too.
It's been a super fun couple of years with these guys, and to be able to support family farmers and sustainable farming in Indiana and beyond has just been a true honor.
A lot of passion in that partnership indeed. This latest batch of the Hard Truth Mellencamp whiskey is called American Odd, and it will go on sale May 10th. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Inside Indiana Business. We leave you this week with a first-hand look at what it's like to participate in the annual Easter egg roll at the White House, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for my granddaughter, Maddie. She got to experience it. We'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us. And next week, we begin our Business at the Brickyard series. Don't miss it at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Go out and make it a successful week.